Welcome to TradeTheNBA.com. This is John. This report is for the 5th of September, and we had a slight continuation of the downdraft. What we did was fill back in all the way to the bottom of the lows, just above that 61% range here. We never had any real positive extremes coming back down here. They were the yellow version, and then going all the way up to this bar, but it's not necessary for those to potentially fill. What is interesting is seeing the MBI white crossing above magenta. The complete breakdown of the magenta below the 25, obviously critical elements, and as close as we got to having that crossover of the blue MBI above gray to signal a significant shift, didn't quite get any strength out of it. It was just a brief moment, and that's when it all started coming undone. And of course, everyone's anticipating the rate cut, and it's one of those buy the rumor, sell the news situation constructs, because at the end of the day, even if they cut, it's just an indication that things really are not that great. So it's problematic in different ways. The NQ pretty much held up fairly reasonably. We're still extreme below the red line. So there's nothing from a bonus standpoint. It's like we were talking about before when we had the shakeout improving from the deep depths. Didn't expect it to continue to hold up, and once it rolled over again, at least the S&P had a chance to turn around and go back to the positive side of things, and it was unable to do so. And that really turned out to be the catalyst that drove things. Of course, treasuries skyrocket. I mean, they're now expecting almost 1.5 point rate cut in the next 6 months. That's optimistic, let's just say. And also kind of because it really will force more money back into the market in an ironic sort of twist. And then we also have commodities failing. So now you're getting killed in every direction. You got commodities failing, market failing, treasuries not worth anything. Yeah, cash. That's about where it is at this particular stage, given this implosion. But it's been a pretty significant move from oil to fade off so fast, so quickly. And this was like the canary that we've been following a long time, because it really does give you an indication of how much demand there is in the economies globally. And it's nice as it is to think that the U.S. can stay out of that mix. No, it's all tied together these days. And when you can start to see that broader slowdown, it's also an indication of demand issues from America, because we do consume a whole lot more than most other places, and we've been talking about the consumer being tapped out for quite some time, and it's just one of those where it can keep going for a while, and then it's just sort of one of those straws that breaks the camel's back, and you don't know what it is, but uh, it takes time, and we've been slogging through what should have been a lot of weakness. But again, the government's spending an extra $1 trillion every 3 months and getting absolutely nothing for it, which is the real issue. And that's going to be a bonus for the euro, except for the fact that, don't tell anyone, but the eurozone doesn't even know that they're in a recession already, and Germany has been for better part of 4 or 5 months now. Um, I think that the indications were when Volkswagen just yesterday was announcing that they may have to close some factories. Kind of an unheard of thing, at least in Germany, at least. So, it's just part of where things are headed from a gold standpoint. Muted, which is fine. Relatively speaking, with all the carnage, this has been the, if you want to say, bright spot. Shiny metal situation from a Bitcoin standpoint. Absolutely nothing happening in that crypto space for ETH as well. It takes 5 minutes to open a different chart because my 50K, the other one isn't strange things happening with it. But as you can see from the other day, it was just straight down. Here we had a little break, tiny move above the 23%, but right on MBI white spike. So wasn't going to go anywhere with that. And sure enough, it didn't. And we're pushing our way back down to the zero on that. So clean and simple. straightforward. If we look at it from the pre-market right now, it's very early. I have a friend having an operation today, so I'm going to be out for most of the day supporting them. And here you can see we had the big pump up pre-market, just at the open spiked, and then it faded off again from there. So not able to really hold anything. And of course, they're going to continue to try and buy the dip, and new fund money coming in. So we'll see if they're able to, or even desiring to jump in at this particular stage or hold off. So that's the long and the short of it for now. Anything relevant, I'll put it on the Skype chat. Have a good one. Trade well.